This is me, and this is my friend Lewis, wearing his lucky Christmas socks at the biggest meeting in our company's career. So how did 3 computer science grads end up pitching to one of the largest law firms in the world? I'm so ill. Do you like my tape deck? There are 2 main ways to get meetings when you're trying to sell businesses software: cold outbound and warm outbound. Cold outbound is things like cold emailing, cold calling.
So I'm super interested in how artificial intelligence is sort of transforming the lead.
She says no, thank you.
Okay.
And it has varying success rate, but it can be really useful when you don't know many people in the industry, like us in legal. Warm outbound, on the other hand, is when you reach out to somebody you already have a connection to. This might be like a friend or somebody you've worked with in the past. This can be a great route because they're much more likely to reply than from cold outreach, but obviously you need to know someone in the industry. And while we don't know many people in the legal industry, we do know people that have worked with lawyers. And by begging them to give us an intro, we managed to get 3 online meetings with law firms. We weren't sure if the meetings were going to take more of a feedback route because the product was quite early on, or if they'd be interested in buying our software. But in any case, we had to make sure the demo was top notch. Meetings 1 and 2 went okay, but they definitely took more of a feedback route, which was still really useful for us, but they weren't particularly interested in buying the product. Which made sense because one of them was literally building a competitor. So we were all feeling a bit down about things, but we still had this last meeting to go. We went through the normal demo, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just that infamous Lewis charm, but they were genuinely interested in what we were building. They spoke about some ideas they had for the product, and at the end of the meeting, they invited us to London to show the rest of their team in person. And we were gassed. And so after a couple more weeks of coding away and getting ready for the meeting, we got suited and booted and headed to London. But then the meeting got... But it was okay, they just delayed the meeting to the next week. But then, next week, the meeting got pushed back again. And if you think about it, you can see why. Our first meeting was just with one lawyer, and it was 30 minutes long. The average cost of a lawyer's time in London is £300 an hour, meaning that just that first meeting would have cost the lawyer about 150 quid just to speak to us. This next meeting was scheduled to have 5 lawyers in it, and it was an hour long, putting their time cost up to £1,500. So yeah, a lot of money would be lost listening to us babble along. But the third reschedule was the charm. And now we know how much is on the line, well, the pressure was definitely there. So once again, we got suited and booted and headed on in. Lewis lives in Birmingham, so while he made the pilgrimage down, me and Joel found a coffee shop to start preparing our pitch.
Right. Here we are. Let's go around the room.
And then Lewis touched down, but we had a bit of a problem.
We got the same belt, the same shirt, the same trousers.
We might be finished.
How does this always happen? To get into a bit more detail of what we're actually building, and I'm hoping because you're like 3 minutes in, you might actually care a little bit, but if not, you can just watch the Subway Surfer guy in the corner. In its most simple explanation, our product is a contract negotiation co-pilot. It goes through the changes made to a contract and shows you how impactful they are to the balance of the contract, and also whether they're acceptable to your company based on your playbook. Playbook is like a set of rules you follow for the negotiation. Okay, that's the boring stuff out of the way. Now we get back to the story. It was becoming real, really fast. This is actually live footage of us in the waiting room.
JP Morgan Chase. JP Morgan Chase. I got a good feeling about this.
Just a meeting, though, you know? It's just a meeting.
And then before we knew it, the meeting had started. And now, obviously, I couldn't record the meeting, but I'll do my best here to let you know kind of what happened. Hey guys, thanks for coming in today. Sure, no problem. Here's our really cool Microsoft Word demo. Isn't that so awesome? Yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. Does it work on PDFs? I'm ill, okay? In 2 weeks, the videos will get better again, I promise. Okay, so that was a bit of a dramatized retelling. But basically, they used PDFs quite a lot to compare contracts with, and it was kind of a deal break feature for them. And they also weren't using playbooks as much as like one of our target customers would be. So unfortunately, in the end, the product wasn't really for them. But they did offer us an introduction to another team in their law firm. So who knows, we might be back. But aside from that, the lad's spirits was still high. Even though it didn't go the way we wanted, we were proud that we managed to get the meeting in the first place, and we felt motivated to keep going forward. We even fixed up our pitch a bit for the next run in Nando's.
That's why we founded Blueside, an AI contract negotiation co-pilot.
See you in the next one, looking for workers. Hopefully I don't sound like death.